Welcome to Tarun IAS. My name is Rohit Kumar. So today we are going to start a 20 September current affair which is completely on the base of the Hindu and Indian Express, which maybe it will be asked in the prelims or mains exam. So let's start. It's a first news. It's related to GS first. It's a journal study first. The first news is it's a talk about simply donations. The first time it's a donation survey. So what is this? Just later. The first topic it say that Indians prefer religious organizations, beggars for a making donation survey. It is a mention in Indian Express. So it's a relevant to Indian society and diversity. It's a salient aspect. Simply it say that there is a new survey on the household givings has found that Indians donates rupees 23,700 crore in cash between October 2020 to September 21. It means first it's a survey of donation. How much donation has given by Indian in which sector? So in this survey say that household people just simply found that Indians donate 23,700. They just donated in the different sector, and the measure of the share simply it means you can say that 64% of the donation, 64% of donation goes on religious organization. You can just find here or predict that how much Indian is religious. I'm not talking about the particular religions in the Hinduisms and the Sikhisms and the Muslim. In the every sector it means so. 64% people donate in the religious organization. So report title How Indian Gives 2020 to 2021 was released by, this report is just released or made by, here you can say that it's a Center for Social Impact and Philanthropy. This report is released by Center for Social Impact and Philanthropy. This report is released by this organization. Simply it say that most of the Indian prefer cash over kind of donations. Kind of donations here maybe for the beggar, for simply it's a temple, simply it's a everywhere you can say. So one thing is also here, simply see that urban Indian donates more in the quantum than the country's rural area. It means urban people donates more than rural areas. So it's also be say, and one thing is also say that higher number of donations is highest donations were made by the middle class and the lower class people. It means the middle and lower class people has donated a highest number of things here. It means you can see one thing is also. And the one survey also it say that one thing is also only 15% of total 5% household that donates it's 1100 crore to non-religious organizations seated to COVID-19 motivation. One thing is also you can say that a household staff make to tailed in to distributions and the 4% also family, friend and all these things. So this is about to donation which will survey by, so maybe in this exam it will be asked that which organization that release this data. You can write to Center for Social Impact and Philanthropy also. So this is about the donation. Next news is it's a GS second. It's related to effect of policy and politics for developed and developing countries. So this is news taken from the Hindu or Indian Express also. Indian Express say that Biden says USA force will defend Taiwan against China's invasion. Suppose that China invests on Taiwan, definitely USA government or USA army will defend to China or defend to Taiwan. This is news about to all these things. So what say in the new news? USA president recently said that USA force would defend Taiwan in event of China invasion. China always announce or proclaim that Taiwan is a part of China. But right now Taiwan, it's a democratic country. USA always say that if China will just invasion on Taiwan, so USA government will defend to it. So USA has a long stuck to a policy, to a strategy of ambiguity and not making a clear whether it will be a respond military to attack on Taiwan or not. So President remark are sure to enrage to visit, which is a greatly aggressed to visit of Taiwan by the USA House Speaker. So this is about to the also next news. It's related to Ministry of Home Affairs. So you already know Union Ministry simply just release a one notification on the convicts of biometrics. It's a so news simply just talk about the Union Home Ministry just recently to notify a rules under the Criminal Procedure Identification Act 2022. It's a very important also. Crime day by day it's happening in our society. So making a peaceful society, Ministry of Home Affairs release a new notifications related to you can say a Criminal Procedure Identification Act 2022 itself. So what is the new notification and what is the new rules? The first point here you can say that it's empowered the police to obtain a physical and biological samples of convicts and of those accused of the crime, or people accused. So it's a rights of the police that we will get simply some evidence or biological or physical sample. So what will be in the biological sample or physical sample? So new rules, according to new rules, as per rules and as per authorized person can be a measurements such as a finger impressions, palm print impressions, footprint impression, photograph, iris, retina scan. All this is important for to the measurement or the finding as a evidence for that. So this is a new notifications of Criminal Procedures Identifications Act 2022, and it will be very important, or maybe such these questions will come in examinations also. One thing is also say here, a physical and biological sample and their analysis to refer in section 53 and section 53A of the Criminal Procedure Case 1973. So authorized user may taken to measurements of the person arrested in a criminal cases with the approval of a police officer not below the rank of the superintendent of the police. So this type of this is a very important for. So maybe this is a very important VVI and it will become in your exam. So you should be focused on this news also. Move on to another news. It's related to a military alliance. You can say you already know our simply a defense minister Rajnath Singh on the second day Egypt visit and agreed to focus on the defense co-productions also here. So it's a relevance of the bilateral, regional, global grouping and agreements of involving India. So what is the news? News is simply here, India and Egypt. Egypt, it is also be called to the Misr. You already know in the Hindi, it's a Misr pyramid of the Misr also. So India and Egypt to agree to develop a military cooperations and the focus on joint training, defense, co-productions and the maintenance of the equipments also. So they just maintain a bilateral or memorandums of the understanding between the Misr and India. You can also be called Egypt and India also. So defense cooperations here you can say the two countries are signed to each other as a memorandum of understanding on defense cooperation. India acknowledged to Egypt is among the most of important trading partner of India in Africa also. So Egypt also be try to express here interest also that acquiring to military platform from India, and as Egypt is considering as a India lightest combat aircraft, it's called to LCA for the fighter requirement also. So it's also be very important for our exam purpose also. Now move on to another news. It's also be very important for, it's a news is related to Election Commission of India. Election Commission of India, it's a constitutional body, and here Election Commission of India just recommended to limit on cash donations to the political party. We already know that about the political party. Everyone can donate to the political party, whether it's a white money or black money, it doesn't matter. So here Election Commission of India try to say or recommend that day by day, due to this type of the activity, black money will be increased in the market, and it is a easy way to convert black money into a white money. So simply in the news say that Election Commission of India has proposed to bring enormous political donations from the 20,000 to the 2,000, and the cap cash donations at the 20% at the maximum of the 20 crore to dense elections funding of the black money. So this is limited by the Elections Commission of India itself. Simply it's a try to curbing a black money funding here. So Chief Election Commission of India has recommended a slew of amendment in the Representations of the People RP Act. It means simply the move in the backdrop of the poll panel recently and delisting of the 284 defaulting and non-complaint registered unrecognized political party. So this is about the Election Commission of India who limited about the political party or donations. So maybe elections commissions, maybe it will become in your exam, and representative people of India. So this is all about the news. This is all about this news, and it's over for the today. We will meet in another videos also. So for today, thank you very much. Thank you very much.